Today we're going to be taking a trip to Site B for this week's retro repaint. We're going to be putting the Lost World Pachycephalosaurus paint deco on a Mattel Pachycephalosaurus. But this paint app will work on any figure you have. Maybe you got some extra stiggies laying around that you want to make them look a little bit different. If you follow me over Instagram, you may have seen that I put this paint app on a Draco Rex, and he looks really great with it. So any figure you have will work. And now we're going to go over the paints real quick that I'll be using, and they are very basic. I have some olive green on deck here for the primary color of the body, and I have this thinned down because I'm going to be shooting it through my airbrush. But if you don't have an airbrush, you can always paint this by hand. And for the darker green stripes on the body, I have some dark green here with a little bit of blue mixed into it to give it a nice dark bluish green tone. And for the dome, I have some red and an accent highlight color, scarlet. It's also going to be used for the eyeball. So before I start slinging paint, I need to mount this Packy to this base here. That way I have something to hold while I'm painting it. And what I like to do is put a little hot glue on the bottoms of the feet and then place it down on top of the base and put some painter's tape down if it's wood, because wood is porous and the hot glue will kind of go into the little pores and cracks of the wood. So this will stop it from sticking to the wood. And then when you're done, you can just pop the figure off and peel the hot glue off. So now it's business as usual. I'm going to prime the entire figure with a couple of coats of white primer. Now I've got my green paint for the body, and I've got it in a little dropper bottle right here. I'm going to throw it into the airbrush, and I'm going to paint the body with that nice light olive green color. So I'm going to do the white domed variant of this figure. I've got red in my airbrush, and I'm just going to circle the dome and slowly fade the red out as I get closer to the center of it. With the olive green done, now it's time to go in and paint the dark stripes all over the body. So I've got my paint here thinned down in a little container, and I'm going to go in and just start painting in some of these stripes and designs all over the figure. Not going to be really specific, trying to match it to the original figure, really just going for more the color match than I am the actual design, trying to copy that. Just want to sort of be a little creative at this point and create my own patterns and designs on this thing. And that's the great thing about doing the retro repaints or any repaint. You can be super creative and just sort of do any pattern that you want and just let the paint flow and see what happens. So I'm a big fan of using the rule of cool when it comes to repaint. So I'm actually going to add some extra details to this figure that aren't on the original. So I'm going to paint the scoots that dark green color, and then I'm going to go through the figure and kind of randomly paint some of the scaling and just add some little extra details here and there to it. I think that's going to help make the figure pop and not look so plain, and that's the whole goal, is to use that rule of cool to make things look awesome and take them to the next level. So the claws are pretty simple on this guy. It is olive drab, and if you don't have that color on hand, you can take some light green and mix a little bit of brown with it to achieve that color. Now I'm going to take the scarlet paint and I'm going to paint the eyeball. This is hold your breath time because his eye socket is super tiny. And I'm going to paint that red, add a little black dot for a pupil, and then go back in with a little tiny white light catch to bring the eyeball to life. And I'll finish this guy off with a dry brush with scarlet all over the dome to catch all the raised areas to make the sculpt pop. And that is pretty much it for this repaint. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video and it has inspired you to get out there and do your own retro repaints. If you do, remember to tag me over on Instagram at TedBrothers and use the hashtag RetroRepaint. That way I can see all the awesome work that you guys are doing. For more Jurassic related content, you know where to find me. Links will be in the description box below. You guys take care, and I'll see you in the next video.